6 songs you didn't know John Lennon and Paul McCartney wrote for other artists. The songwriting partnership of John Lennon and Paul McCartney stretched well beyond their songs for the Beatles. Throughout their careers, the duo wrote songs for other artists, together and individually, spreading hits out to the likes of the Rolling Stones, pop duo Peter and Gordon, and even their old bandmate Ringo Starr. Here are 6 specific hits written by Lennon and McCartney, together and individually, for artists during their particular heyday throughout the 1960s and 70s. The Rolling Stones, I Wanna Be Your Man, 1963, written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Initially, Lennon and McCartney wrote the song for Ringo Starr to sing with the Beatles, then later gave it to the Stones after a chance meeting, when they hitched a taxi ride with Mick Jagger and Keith Richards in London. They shouted from the taxi and we yelled, "Hey, hey, give us a lift, and we bummed a lift off them," said McCartney. So there were the 4 of us sitting in a taxi, and I think Mick said, "Hey, we're recording. Got any songs?" And we said, "Sure, we got one. How about Ringo's song? You could do it as a single." Billy J. Kramer and the Dakotas, I'll Keep You Satisfied, 1963, written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Released by pop singer Billy Kramer and the Dakotas in 1966, I'll Keep You Satisfied is one of several hits penned by Lennon and McCartney for the British singer that were never recorded by the Beatles. The song was recorded at Abbey Road Studios on October 14, 1963, with Lennon reportedly present during the session. The song reached number 4 in the UK, where it remained for 13 weeks before it had to compete with the Beatles, who released She Loves You around the same time. Peter Gordon's Woman, 1966, written by John Lennon and Paul McCartney. Having written several songs for the pop duo of Peter and Gordon already, McCartney and Lennon wanted to write another hit for the pair, with McCartney writing the song under the pseudonym Bernard Webb. In 1966, Peter and Gordon released Woman, which peaked at number 14 on the Hot 100 chart. Badfinger's Come and Get It, 1970, written by Paul McCartney. McCartney had already recorded a demo of the song for the Beatles' Abbey Road sessions, and though it never appeared on the group's 1969 release, their version of Come and Get It was featured on the Anthology 3 compilation version of Abbey Road in 1996. Ringo Starr's I'm the Greatest, 1973, written by John Lennon. Off Ringo Starr's third album, Ringo, in 1973, I'm the Greatest marked somewhat of an unofficial Beatles reunion. Lennon, McCartney, and Harrison all play on the track, the only time all 4 Beatles worked together following the group's official breakup in 1970. Individually, all 3 Beatles also wrote songs for Starr on Ringo. I'm the Greatest was written by Lennon in 1970, shortly after the Beatles' demise. The song was inspired by the phrase Muhammad Ali often said, "I'm the greatest." David Bowie's Fame, 1975, written by John Lennon, David Bowie, Carlos Alomar. Recorded at Electric Lady Studio in New York City, Fame became David Bowie's first North American #1 hit on the Hot 100 and the Canadian Singles Chart. The closing track off Bowie's 9th album, Young Americans, in 1975, Fame was picked as a second single and one Bowie remixed 15 years later for his Sound and Vision tour as Fame 90. Check the link in the description for more, and as always, like and subscribe for everything American Songwriter.